From the history that guides navigation in perilous times, this is the Chronoscope, where times unfold your portal to the past. For the headlines. The first voyage round the world by Antonio Pigafetta. Butuan or Limasawa, the site of the first mass in the Philippines, a re-examination of the evidence by Miguel A. For the Chronoscope, where times unfold, your anchor is Rose and Lico.
Maayong buntag, Tidicians! Thank you for tuning in to our unique takes on a current event. We don't just report history, we bring it back to life. Our mission is to take you on an extraordinary journey through the annals of time, connecting the dots between the past, present, and future. We explore how history informs our present and guides our future, offering insights and lessons that are relevant today as they were in the past. Join us as we embark on an entrailing adventure through the corridors of time. This is not just a news channel. This is your window to history, where the past comes alive and enriches our understanding of the world we inhabit. On the 10th of August 1519, 5 ships are departed from Seville for what was to become the first circumnavigation of the globe, linked by the fame of the name of its captain Magellan. Much of the expedition is through the travelogue of one of his crew member who returned to Spain, Antonio Pigafetta. For further information, here is Jenny Rose Ledesma. Jen?
Antonio Pigafetta's The First Voyage Around the World is a significant historical document that not only chronicles a groundbreaking journey but also provides a window in the early stages of global exploration, the meeting of cultures, and the challenges of circumnavigating the Earth during the Age of Discovery. It continues to be a valuable resource for historians and anyone interested in the history of exploration and the early interactions between different parts of the world. That's all for the first voyage around the world. Back to you, Lico.
In a compelling historical debate that has captivated the nation, the question of where the first Catholic Mass was held in the Philippines is reinforced, igniting fervent discussion among scholars and historians alike. Here is Pink Hilary Lasha. Pink.
Was it Butuan or Limasawa? The timeless enigma surrounding the exact site of the inaugural Catholic Mass in the Philippines during the 17th to 18th centuries has been reunited with fervor. The historical narrative has long leaned towards Limasawa as a claimed site, attributing it as a sacred ground where Ferdinand Magellan and his crew held the inaugural Catholic Mass in 1521. However, recent academic scrutiny has shed new light on the possibility of Butuan being the hallowed ground of this momentous event, a contention bolstered by emerging evidence and meticulous archaeological findings. We have here a local resident to share her knowledge about the first Catholic Mass held in the Philippines.
Our community takes pride in the rich history that surrounds us. Whether it be Butuan or Limasawa, our collective heritage remains a testament to the enduring spirit of our Filipino identity. As the debate rages on, we eagerly await the outcome, hoping that the true one unveiled will serve as a unifying force for our nation.
Okay, thank you. As historians engage in a battle of interpretations and evidence, archaeological discoveries, including relics and artifacts, are serving as crucial pieces in this captivating historical puzzle. These discoveries, meticulously examined and analyzed, hold the key to unveiling the long-held historical mystery and providing a definitive answer to the hotly contested debate. That's all for the Butuan and Limasawa. Back to you, Lico.
Thank you, Ms. Lasha. Up next, in the 19th century, Butuan and Limasawa played significant roles in Philippine history. Stay tuned for the details when we come back only here on the Chronoscope, where times unfolds.
Good morning, class. class!
Good morning, ma'am!
Okay, sit down. Topic na to karon ay about kay Magellan. So, kisa may nakaila kay Magellan?
Ha? Wala may kailan na, ma'am. Signa na sa pika section. Ha? Pataka naman ka, dili, uy.
Sige, ayaw na lang nabi. Karon, kisa may nagpatay kay Magellan? Ikaw la siya.
Ha? Ano? Ako man, dili, ako, uy. Ha? Patay ka gani si Magellan? Nagtagpo pa ni kaganiha.
Ay, ambot!
We are back here on the Chronoscope, where times unfold, your portal to the past. With both Butuan and Limasawa firmly rooted in the center of historical storms, scholars and historians in the Filipino populace find themselves embroiled in the intellectual journey, tracing the footsteps of our ancestors and unveiling the enigmatic beginnings of the Philippines' Catholic heritage. General Redesma has the news.
During the 19th century in Butuan, the region likely experienced continued trade and activities and cultural exchanges, building upon its historical significance as a hub for inter-island and international trade. Limasawa, while not prominently featured in 19th century, remained a place of historical significance due to the Magellan expedition's events in the 16th century. Butuan maintained its position as a center for trade and cultural interactions, while Limasawa's historical importance was rooted in its role as the site of the first Catholic Mass in the Philippines during the 16th century. Back to you, Lico.
We must go deeper into unveiling the Butuan and Limasawa's distinct roles in the 19th century history of the Philippines. The maritime brilliance shines in 80s and Limasawa's spiritual legacies endures. Here is Pink Hilary Lasha for further information. Pink?
Butuan became a nautical powerhouse in the bustling Philippines in the 19th century. The city's thriving port, which was strategically anchored and facilitated strong trade lines, reaffirmed its role as an important trading center. The recognizable balanghay boats, artifacts from an earlier era of seafaring, sailed across these waters, establishing Butuan as a key hub for trade and cultural exchange. Meanwhile, on the stirring shores of Limasawa, the 19th century unfolded with its spiritual significance. Preserving its role as a cradle of Christianity, Limasawa's quiet influence persisted. The island, where the first Catholic Mass was celebrated in 1521, remained a sanctuary of faith throughout the 80s. Pilgrims and seekers of solace found refuge on its shores, solidifying Limasawa's place as a timeless spiritual beacon. As we delve into the annals of the 19th century, Butuan and Limasawa emerge not as geographically entities but as living narratives in the vibrant history of the Philippines. Butuan, with its maritime might, and Limasawa, with its enduring spirituality, offer a nuanced understanding of the diverse forces that shaped the archipelago during this transformative century. Their stories, though distinct, converge in portraying a nation navigating the currents of change, embodying resilience, trade, and spiritual heritage. Back to you, Lico.
Stay tuned to the most trusted network in the history, the Chronoscope, where times unfolds. We will back in a minute. Are you ready for a new journey of knowledge, culture, and inspiration? Step into captivating world of museums and open the door to a world of discovery. Museums are where history, art, science, and culture comes to life. Pass through the corridors of history and explore the rich tapestry of our past. Discover the stories of civilizations, ancient treasures, and the events that shapes our world. Be mesmerized by masterpieces that have moved generations. Immerse yourself in the world of art, from classic to contemporary, and let your imagination soar. We are back here on the Chronoscope, where times unfold, your portal to the past. Based on the testimony of Francisco Albo, who was one of the 18 survivors who returned with Sebastian Eliano, he keeps in his diary or logbook on the voyage out while they were sailing southward in the Atlantic along the coast of the South America. Here is generously Desma for the summary of the evidence of Albo and Pigafetta. Jen?
Francisco Albo and Antonio Pigafetta, who provided the Limasawa evidence, were included in the 18 survivors who joined the Magellan expedition. This indicates that these two people were eyewitnesses of the mess that had happened. According to him, the island that he calls Gada seemed to be the Aquada of Pigafetta, namely the island of Homenhon, where they took supplies of wood and water. The large island of Saliani, where they coasted in the island of Leyte. Coasting southwards along the eastern coast of that island, then turning southwest, they came upon a small island named Mazawa that fits the location of the small island of Limasawa. It is to be noted that Albo does not mention the first mass, only the planting of the cross upon the mountaintop, which could be seen the three islands to the west and southwest. This also fits the southern end of Limasawa. It does not fit in the coast of Butuan, from which no islands could be seen to the southwest but only towards the north. According to the Jesuit historian Father Francisco Colin, Magellan went first to Butuan, then to Limasawa, and from then to Cebu. However, Father Francisco Combes mentioned two visits to Limasawa. In his version, Magellan visits Limasawa first, from then he goes to Butuan, then he returns to Limasawa, and with the help of Limasawa's chieftain, the Magellan expedition went to Cebu. They both also agreed that Magellan arrived in Cebu on the 7th of April 1521, that is to say, on the octave of Easter, or 1 week after the first Mass, which in this tradition was supposed to have been celebrated at Butuan. Both were to exercise a strong influence over subsequent writers of the history of the Philippines. I therefore conclude that the site of the first Mass in the Philippines happened in Limasawa on the Easter Sunday of March 1521, as you can see in the given evidence. However, based on the facts one has articulated effectively, the chronology of events is accurate to the supplied evidence, and it is on Limasawa. While researching the history of the first Mass in the church, a mistake was discovered. While researching the history of the first Mass in the Philippines, a mistake was discovered. It's important to note that the Butuan tradition is founded on hearsay. Back to you, Lico.
Stay tuned to the most trusted network in history, the Chronoscope, where times unfold. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey, did you hear the news where the first mass happened in the Philippines? It is posted by the Chronoscope channel.
Yes, is it Butuan or Limasawa?
I have no idea. Anyway, we just watched the news.
We are back to the most trusted network, the Chronoscope, where times unfold. There is confirmatory evidence from the documents of the Legazpi expeditions which sailed into Philippines water in 1565, 44 years after Magellan. For further information, here is Pink Hilary Lasha. Pink?
Legazpi and his pilots sought Mazawa, a destination they sought from Cabellian natives. Guided by them, they anchored off Penang, a narrow strait from Leyte. However, the inhabitants were found hostile due to Portuguese depredations during the 4-decade interval between the Legazpi and Magellan's expeditions. From Mazawa, they went to Camiguin, which was visible from the Mazawa, and from there, they intended to go to Butuan on the island of Mindanao, but were driven instead by contrary winds to behold. It was only later that a small contingent of Spaniards in small vessels managed to go to Butuan. Furthermore, the geography of Mazawa, coasting down the eastern coast of Leyte, tip of Panaon. The wind blows westward from the Pacific. The east wind is strong. Fast wind was called Tumagsa. While sailing, they saw light and decided to anchor off in the following day. Pigafetta described the place Limasawa. The island is shaped like a tadpole running north to south. The northern portion is almost all hills, with the slopes dropping steeply to the sea, leaving only a narrow coastal strip. But the southern portion of the island is almost level land with a few hills. The fields in this portion of the island are fertile. If the island of Limasawa is the Mazawa of the Pigafetta and the Masala of Albo, why is it now called Limasawa? We do not have the answer to that question except that in the southern part of Leyte, the island is still referred to by fisher folk as Masala, not Limasawa. Pigafetta himself is a witness to that importance, since for him, the king of Butuan was the finest looking man that we saw among those people. From the accounts of Legazpi expedition, which visited Butuan 44 years after Magellan's death, Butuan was an important trading port for inter-island and possibly for foreign commerce. Butuan was the first place in Mindanao where a Christian mission was established. It was served first by the Jesuits and later by the Agustinian Recollects. Back to you, Lico.
The Butuan Monument is a historically significant artifact currently housed in the Butuan National Museum located in the Philippines. This precious item is made of ivory. Features elaborate carvings and inscriptions that date back to the period between 9th and 12th centuries. Here is General Zidesma for further information.
The Butuan Monument, also known as the Butuan Ivory Seal, is a culturally and historically significant artifact from the 9th to 12th centuries in the Philippines. Crafted from ivory, it featured intricate carvings and inscriptions that represent the region's linguistic and cultural diversity during its creation. The seal reflects the flourishing maritime trade networks and cultural influence of the pre-colonial era and is presently housed in the Butuan National Museum. While the creators remain known, the craftsmanship indicates highly skilled artisans of the time. The inscriptions suggest a blend of local and foreign influences, showcasing the complex interactions of the era. The Butuan Monument was meticulously crafted from the ivory and likely had a specific function, possibly for sealing documents or verifying goods. Discovered in Butuan region through archaeological excavations, it now resides in Butuan National Museum for preservation and public appreciation. In essence, the Butuan Monument is a remarkable testament to the Philippines' pre-colonial history, providing invaluable insights into its cultural and trade networks and connecting us with our cultural heritage. Back to you, Lico.
This is the end of the most trusted network in history. Again, this is Rose and Lico, your anchor on the Chronoscope, where times unfold, your portal to the past. Good day, everyone.